Have you eaten? When I first came to China, I thought this is a strange greeting. People don't say hello, how are you? They say, have you eaten? They still do that now. Now it's often also how are you in Chinese, but it says, have you eaten? When they first asked me, have I eaten? I thought, why? Do I look too thin? Do you think I need to eat? But that's the Chinese greeting. Instead of saying hello, how are you, that kind of thing, they just say, have you eaten? Eventually I learned that. But there were some other things that took me a while to learn. For example, I go to the store, buy things, and I say thank you. And they would say 不用谢, which literally means don't say thanks. But when they said that, I said, why don't you say thanks? And then they would say, don't stand on ceremony, 不用客气. So 客气也不要,不用, don't need politeness either. I thought, why is that? I thought, well, maybe because it's communist, it's socialist. So in China, everybody is the same level, no high, no low. So you don't have to be polite, just everybody say what you think. It took me a long time to realize that when they say you don't need to say thank you, that's the exact same as English. In English we say don't mention it. Doesn't mean shut up. It means you don't have to say thanks. You don't have to be polite. Of course, that's just being polite. If you don't say thanks, it's not very polite. So anyway, so a lot of things in Chinese and English are different, but this greeting about hello, how have you eaten, or these kind of things are hard to get used to. I eventually got used to this, but there was one American here about 92, 93, and that guy, I don't know why he came to China. He hated China. He hated Chinese. He hated the country. He hated the culture, the food. He hated everything. He's always complaining about everything in China. So I asked him, why did you come to China if you hate it? He said, because I want to do business with Chinese. So I said, well, stay in America and do business. Chinese are everywhere on the planet. But anyway, finally he came to my house one day and he said, Chinese are so nosy. I'm tired of them asking me about everything. I said, what do you mean? He said, everything I do, they ask me, have you eaten? Are you going to class? Are you coming home from class? Did you buy something? How much did that cost? They ask me about everything. They are so nosy. I thought, this guy, how can he be here so long and have no idea? This is just Chinese culture. This guy needs to return home. So I deliberately, 故意的, decided to send him home. My wife later, when she heard about it, was not very happy. But I said to him, use body language. I said, do you know why Chinese ask all these questions? He looked at me. Why? I said, 共产党, communist. He said, really? You say communist with a lot of Americans, they just, oh, it's terrible. Oh. So I said, really? I said, did you know every Chinese has to join the Communist Party? He said, really? I said, really? And every Chinese, their responsibility is to watch us foreigners. Really? Really? They have to watch everything we do and write a report, everything we do. He said, really? 真的? I said, 真的, really? I said, the next time somebody asks you, have you eaten? Say, 我吃饱了, I've eaten. And then turn around and walk away. And after about 1 or 2 seconds, turn quickly and look. And you'll see they have a little red book out and they're writing, he has eaten. That American looked at me and said, really? And I said, no. But he's already destroyed. Poor guy. Less than 1 week later, he went back to America. My wife was so angry. She said, terrible. You should have helped him. I said, I did help him. I helped him go home. So anyway, I like Chinese greetings. I like the personal touch. They ask you what you're doing, and they're interested. It's not just, hello, how are you? In America, we don't ask personal questions. In America, it's just hello, how are you? Nice weather. And they don't really care how you are. If an American asks, how are you? They don't care if you're actually good or not. It's just a question. If you're dying of cancer and you're quickly going to go, you don't say, I'm dying of cancer. No. If you're about to die and they ask, how are you? You just say, I'm fine, okay. How are you? That's just the way it is. Anyway, so I like that. But some things took a while to get used to. When I first came, I remember a lot of the communication was really confusing and I misunderstood things. And I got my words turned around. Instead of saying, how are you? I would say, how is your horse? Your horse is good, and just crazy things. Nowadays, though, Chinese don't say, have you eaten as much? They still do, especially the older ones, but they say, a lot of them say, hello. So I've found ways to turn the greeting around though, just to have fun. If a Chinese says to me, hi, I say, lo, hi, lo. If they say, buy, I say, sell, buy, sell. If they say, 你好吗? I say, oh, no, if they say, 老师好, 我说学生更好. So they say, 早上好, 我说下午更好. So there's always ways to turn things around to make things interesting. Used to be I was confused, and because I was confused so long, now I take revenge. I just confuse everyone else. Anyway, I love the place, love the language, the culture. I love everything about here except chou tofu, stinky tofu. Well, I still can't get used to that. But everything else I love. Okay, have a good evening. Bye.